Good evening, fans. Tim Kitzrow here, the voice of NBA Jam, and you're listening to the Game Dev Breakdown Podcast, brought to you by CodeWritePlay.com. Boom shakalaka!
Alright, hey everybody, Todd Mitchell here. Welcome back to Game Dev Breakdown, where we are going to break down game dev soon. I'll explain. First of all, Twitter is burning. Social media is on fire right now. I don't know what's going on. At the time of recording, nobody on Twitter can reliably tweet. Facebook and Instagram are sporadically unavailable, and I will be honest, I have a weird feeling like I'm maybe going to explode without these things. There are too many useless thoughts floating around in my head, and I can't bother anyone with them, and I literally don't know what to do with myself. I mean, here I am recording an episode because I can't not express myself. That's what the internet has done to me. It was either this or get on Twitch, and maybe it'll be this and then get on Twitch, or maybe I'll jump on YouTube and TikTok. I don't know, but this is my life now. Can I just point out that since Elon showed up, the check marks no longer mean anything, not that I had one, but if anything, now the check mark makes me suspicious about a person instead of go, oh, this person is someone, or maybe I'll be interested in what they have to say. Probably not. No offense to you guys with check marks, you guys are the good ones, but something on Twitter is broken pretty much constantly now. Spam is through the roof. Every time I check Twitter, I have new webcam site followers and an inbox folder full of requests from those bullcrap scammers where they're like, help me manage my crypto investment account. My friends, I invested in the Virtual Boy as a kid. I invested in the Ouya as an adult. Nobody wants my investment advice. It's worthless. Now I try to reply to somebody's tweet and I'm doing rebranding for the podcast, which we're going to talk about. I have a million things going on, but like my fourth tweet for the day is rejected because I've crossed the tweet threshold. You've all seen this by now. I thought for sure my Twitter account was compromised. I thought, oh, here we go, it's hacker time. Nope, Twitter's just broken, and everyone's having this problem because of the guy who wants to figure out space travel and teach our cars how to drive themselves. Does everybody feel good about those things right now? Everybody excited about space travel and cars that drive themselves because Elon's at the wheel? Nope. I was just talking to my wife a little while ago because she's trying to research a remodeling project that we're doing here in the new house, and she has been stunned at how much most of the content she finds online sucks. And she's right. I had to explain, you're looking at the product of a low-quality content producer who makes money on just crapping out keywords and bringing in the search traffic. It's exactly what happened. She came in from Google, and the person there doesn't know dick about putting up tile backsplashes, and we've all wasted our time. That's how it is now. The internet started so pure. It was this beautiful, elegant thing that we could dial into and literally go retrieve the work and the research of scholars and scientists and authors. It was this huge leap for humanity, and we spent less than 2 decades absolutely ruining it. We had to make it all about us, didn't we? Not only did we turn it into the 24/7 Us show, obviously I'm guilty of participating in that to a degree, but then a lot of people took it one step further, and now the people we used to accept as experts have to shut up now. Now the doctors and the scientists and the teachers, you guys have to shut up now, because how could you know better than us? We did our research, and the research we did was on the shit that the other people just like us put out, trying to get the search traffic, so how could that go wrong? Why do we need you experts? Holy shit. So not only that, now we're taking it one step further, and not only have we told the scientists to shut up, not only have we become this nonsensical factory of nothing, but now we're training AI to do it for us. The people with the least to say are training software to say nothing for them at a rate that's previously just unimaginable. You tell me what the internet's going to look like in another 10 years. It'll be unusable. That's what I think. I think it'll be no good to anyone. The little nuggets of wisdom and the little crumbs of truth that are left online will be just in the bottom of an ocean of complete nonsense. Am I wrong? I sincerely think we might be hanging out in the last decade of an internet that is any use to us whatsoever. And then what? We'll go back to what? Books? But we'll know too much about books. We'll know that anyone can make a book and it can say anything. Hey, I wrote a book. Jesus. But by that time, computers will be making them and selling them, and they'll say nothing. I know how this sounds. You know, white guy with a solo podcast. Here come the conspiracy theories. But I'm trying not to be paranoid here. But it feels like we've gathered all of the human wisdom in the last 2 decades, and I think we're kind of setting it on fire and burning the ashes. Anyway, that's 5 minutes of whatever that was. That's not what this is actually a fun and positive show. I've been wanting to change the direction of the show for a while. I've done some different experiments with the podcast in recent years. I did Game Dev Breakdown Radio, if you remember that. I did Midwestionable with my buddy Matt Hill, which was a ton of fun. I've been doing comedy writing. I'm getting plugged in with the local improv scene here in St. Louis. I'm making big changes, and I've been thinking, I wish there was a way to tie everything I want to do together in one big project that I could really pour myself into, and I think I have it. I love doing this show. I love game development. I miss game development. I want to keep working on my skills, but I want to keep having fun. I like to laugh. I want you to laugh. I want to share the best parts of all this with my friends. I want to recapture that feeling I had when I was a kid and I first learned about what game development was from magazines and TV shows. When I was that age, I wanted to tackle that with friends and people I cared about and just leave everything else behind at a very young age. And I may have finally found a way to do that. So here's what I'm going to do with the show for a while. Tell me what you think of this. For each episode, for some time, I'm going to book a personal friend. We're going to check in and chat and goof off like normal and plug their stuff. All that stuff that you would normally get, but we're also going to bounce around ideas for a cool or silly game that we could make, like Game Jam style. And it'll sound a lot like the beginning of a Game Jam. When the theme is announced, we won't have a theme. But it'll sound like that brainstorming session, that really fun, positive time when the sky's the limit and you get to dream up anything you want. I want to capture the wacky ideas and the funny brainstorming, all those things. We'll think up as much as we can with whatever time we have. When the chat's done, I'm going to spend a week or so jamming on that project. Obviously, it's not going to be a beautiful end product, but I want to see how far I can take that idea in the time that I have before we need to do the next one. So I'm going to make that project available with the episode, and I'll show it off. If it's playable in any way whatsoever, I'll put it on itch. I'll slap the podcast branding on that for, marketing purposes. I'll put the episodes on YouTube. I might do some dev streams. I want to really go as far as I can to make every part of this mean something, and I want interested listeners along for the ride. I'm really excited about this idea because it's basically everything I want to do during the day. It's got the joking around, it's got learning, it's got connecting with friends, it's got putting out content, and I can't believe I stumbled over a way that it might all work. So if that's how it's going to be, I can sink just about unlimited time and energy into that, and it'll be worth it, and I won't mind doing it because I'll be having fun. If this gains momentum and goes well, I will certainly open it up to a wider guest pool. People can come in when it's time to promote something or talk about something, and they can be my teammate for the week. I would love that. If you're the kind of person who can contribute to the game, with a skill, beyond just, having fun and coming up with ideas, that's great. And otherwise, I'll take care of the hard parts. But there are all kinds of different ways this can work. So I'm going to rely on you guys to tell me what you think about this idea. I'm definitely going to give it a try for a while and see if I can make something out of it. I don't think anyone is going to talk me out of trying it because I'm stubborn like that. But if you have advice or thoughts on how to make the most of it, that's definitely the kind of thing that I want to hear right now. So if you want to be considered for a future show and a future game project, I would love that. You just say the word, get in touch with me. New guests, old guests, try me. I'm pretty decent about getting back unless I'm absolutely flooded, which happens sometimes. When I am, just keep in mind that I'm trying. It's rarely ever personal. Feel free to try me more than once. And the worst I can say is thanks, but no, or not right now, or I can't right now. But I won't be mad that you brought it up. Potential sponsors, because I know they listen sometimes. It's a good time to try me. It's a good time to talk about maybe grabbing an ad spot, getting the word out to dev-focused listeners. I know that's a concern because we do bounce around, and I'm not sorry for bouncing around because the main point is not money here, but it's a good time to reach out about promoting your product, your service. I'm not going to book guests to talk about products or services. I don't know why I'm having a hard time communicating that. I want to take the pessimistic view that potential sponsors are just trying to come on as guests instead to do free advertising. You gotta know I'm going to see through that. But if you want to talk about very affordable ads that definitely beat industry standard rates, you should try me, because I'm always happy to work that out, and listeners are happy to hear about relevant sponsorship. So that's great. But anyway, that's what's going on. Social media and maybe the whole internet are imploding, but no matter what, I'm very likely to be here. The podcast is pretty close to having more followers on Spotify and the podcast platforms than it has on social media anyway. So if you want to be a part of that, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button wherever you're checking out the show. I put show notes, articles, and updates on CodeWritePlay.com. If Twitter bounces back, you can follow at GameDevPod, at CodeWritePlay, or me, Todd Mitchell, at MechaTodzilla with 1D and 2 L's. Having you guys along for the ride is what makes this all worth it. I want to make sure it's the best and most fun thing it can be, so let me know how to do that. Everybody work hard this week and make me proud, and I will talk to you very soon. Thanks, everybody.